Welcome back to another episode of Boys from the Bridge. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a rant about Chelsea in this video. Not going to be an entirely negative video because I do believe there are some positives to take out of this situation that's currently happening with Chelsea. So let's get into it. So the Premier League has been back now for a couple of weeks. And you got teams like Arsenal, City and Liverpool, even Manchester United that are doing extremely well. And you got teams like Chelsea that are playing abysmal football and just not getting the results that they should be getting. Their last 10 games, Chelsea have lost 7. The last 10 games, Chelsea have lost 7. We've only won 2 in our last 10 games and drawn 1, and the rest have been losses. Let's just take a look at the last 10 games we have played. We've lost to Brighton 4-1. We beat Zagreb 2-1 in the Champions League. Lost to Arsenal. Lost to City. Lost to Newcastle. Lost to Aston Villa. Beat Bournemouth 2-1. Terrific. We never really seem to beat Bournemouth, so that's actually a good result. They always seem to do a job on us at the Bridge. Drew to Nottingham Forest 1-1, should have beat them. Lost to City, and then lost to City, obviously in the FA Cup. Wow. Now, there has been a lot of cause for the likes of Potter to be sacked. I'm actually behind Potter. Although I am having a very difficult time at the moment watching Chelsea, like I'm sure every single Chelsea fan is right now, I don't think sacking Potter is the answer. And here's why. I'll start off with our injury list. I can easily say our best players are injured. The likes of N'Golo Kante now has been injured for a while. He's expected to be coming back from injury hopefully next month. And hopefully we can also keep him fit for a little bit of time. The likes of Reece James. I think Reece James is our best player. I know the likes of Mason Mount has won, like the Player of the Year award for Chelsea the last couple of years. But in recent times, over the last 18 months, Reece James has definitely been our best player and most important player. You could see when he was playing in the Bournemouth game how much better we are when he is on the pitch. We look so much more creative. We look so much more solid, even defensively. And we seem to score more goals when he's on the pitch. Now, on the other side, we've got Ben Chilwell that's also injured. The last couple of seasons, these guys have been really struggling with injuries and have really let Chelsea down. So, Chelsea really rely on their fullbacks. So having Ben Chilwell and Reece James out at the same time is detrimental for the way they play. We got Wesley Fofana that's also injured that we bought in from Leicester City for a lot of money. He's injured. He'd obviously be starting next to the likes of Thiago Silva in the starting lineup because Koulibaly has been dreadful. I'm trying to still give him a chance until the end of the season. He took the number 26 jersey that was obviously John Terry's. He even had a phone call and John Terry blessed him. He should give back the 26 to John Terry. He shouldn't be wearing that number at all. You got Amanda Boyer. That is huge potential. I'm a huge fan of this player. He's also injured. Mason Mount just came back from an injury, so he needs a little bit of time to adjust. You got Raheem Sterling and Christian Pulisic that both got injured in the Premier League game against City. And to be honest, we should have beaten Manchester City. We were definitely the better team in that game, but still, City managed to find a way to beat us. And that's what top teams do. They seem to find a way to win, and we just can't seem to win. I have to say, I do feel sorry for all the Chelsea fans that travelled to the Etihad yesterday, and we did play abysmally. The likes of Thiago Silva was on the bench. Could have potentially started him for this game. The FA Cup was definitely an opportunity for us to win some silverware. But, Potter has taken us out of the Champions League group stages. When he took over, it did not look like Chelsea were going to go through in the Champions League. And now we managed to finish the group first, beating AC Milan twice home and away, and we are playing Dortmund. I believe we can beat Dortmund, not the way we're playing at the moment. I cannot blame Graham Potter for all of these injuries, the likes of City and Liverpool, if you took out half their squad, I don't believe they would be sitting in the same place either. So we need to give Potter time. This is not the same Chelsea as it was before Bowley took over. This is going to be tough for all us Chelsea fans. I believe it will take a couple of years of rebuilding. But look at Arsenal, for instance. Last season, Arsenal fans were screaming for Arteta to be sacked after they were basically bottom of the Premier League after 3 games. And look at them now. There is going to be a rebuilding process that is happening at Chelsea. We've invested a huge amount of money into very young players too. So the future does look bright. You know, Graham Potter has inherited all of these players. Even Cucurella, that he managed at Brighton, wasn't a pick for Graham Potter to come to Chelsea. We need to give him a couple of transfer windows, need to allow Graham Potter to choose some players that he wants in this squad, needs to also be given time with the players he has at the moment. Just remember that the World Cup happened and our best players weren't available for him to work with, so it wasn't that easy for Graham Potter. We obviously are facing Fulham in the Premier League in our next game. That's going to be a really, really tough game. The likes of Mitrovic is playing so well. We desperately do need to invest in a striker. Now, what strikers are available right now in the market? There aren't many. Top strikers are hard to come by. But there are 2 players in the Premier League that I believe could easily play for Chelsea. The likes of Ivan Toney, I would love to see at Chelsea. Now, I know there's some issues with what's going on with him with the betting saga right now. Will he be not allowed to pay for a consecutive amount of time? So Ivan Toney, I'm not sure about right now. We need to see what happens with that solution. But Mitrovic, I would love to see at Chelsea. He has hit the ground flying this season for Fulham. He does need service though. And if you put Mitrovic in this Chelsea team right now, I think he will battle because the likes of Reece James and Ben Chilwell aren't there to give him service, as Piliqueta is struggling at the moment in this Chelsea team. But I think we should definitely bid for Mitrovic. So yes, even though we are 10th in the Premier League, I still think the future is bright for Chelsea. We should not sack Graham Potter. I'm 100% behind Graham Potter. You know, who's going to come in realistically? Is Pochettino's going to come in and do what with this Chelsea team? The players aren't good enough right now. We need to invest in this summer transfer window and also the winter. Give it a few transfer windows for Graham Potter to be in charge, see what happens. You know, allow all the players that are injured to come back. Allow him to work with the players that he has and that he wants to bring in, and then we can judge him. You know, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola did take quite a bit of time to build these teams. Pep Guardiola has been with City for 5 years now, and that's what we need to do for Graham Potter. This season is not going to be an easy one to watch, but I can assure you the future is bright and good things are going to happen to Chelsea. So yes, this has been my video, a little bit of a rant about what's going on with Chelsea right now, but I am optimistic about the future. Till next time, see you later.